This is the 55th Taiku in Talmud Bavli. It's in Moed Katan 4b with the words Ume Taknin es ha Nekul Keles b'Moed my Nekul Keles. Amar Rabbi Abba Shim Haisam Tefach Ma'amid al Shisha Tefach. It was taught in the Mishnah that the rabbis say one may repair a damaged water channel during the intermediate days of a festival. What is meant by a damaged water channel? Rabbi Abba said that if it was now a handbreadth deep because it had become filled with sediment, he may dredge it out until he sets it at its original depth of 6 handbreadths. Pshita chatzi tefach al shlosha tefachim kevan delo avar maya lo klum hu tefachai al shnei masar dikar tarach tirchei tirala. Based on this ruling, the Gemara clarifies several practical issues. It is obvious that if the channel is half a handbreadth deep and he wants to restore it to a depth of 3 handbreadths, since water does not flow through a 3 handbreadth deep channel in sufficient quantity, it is nothing at all, and it is certainly prohibited to exert oneself with work that provides insignificant benefit. So too, if the channel is 2 handbreadths deep and he wants to deepen it to 12 handbreadths, even though he preserves the same ratio as in Rabbi Abba's case, since it involves excessive exertion, is also not permitted. Tefachaim al shiva mahu hacha chamisha ka me'amek Chamisha ka me'amek odilma kevan diika tefach yisera ika tircha teku. However, in a case where the channel is 2 handbreadths deep and he wants to deepen it to 7 handbreadths, what is the halacha? The Gemara explains the 2 sides of the question of whether this can be compared to the case in the Mishnah. Here, in the case of dredging 1 handbreadth deep channel to restore its depth of 6 handbreadths, he deepens the channel by 5 handbreadths. And similarly here, in the case of deepening the channel from 2 or 7 handbreadths, he likewise wants to deepen it by 5 handbreadths, and therefore it should be permitted. Or perhaps, since there is an extra handbreadth of depth, then bending over to dig that additional handbreadth involves greater effort, which is unnecessary, and so possibly it should be prohibited. The Gemara states that the dilemma shall stand unresolved.